and welcome to my little studio tour. This is my creative space where I work, make music, and also record my YouTube tutorial videos. As you can see, it's quite the compact little space in a spare bedroom of our house. It measures about 340 by 280 meters and is very much a work in progress with a very DIY approach. But that's also sort of like the spirit of this video, I guess, because while I've been making music for a large portion of my life and have accumulated a reasonable amount of gear throughout the years, the YouTube thing is a fairly new thing, and I really didn't want to go in head over heels and spend a lot of money, and frankly I didn't have the budget to do so. So what you'll see throughout the course of this video is some very DIY and improvised approaches, while also adhering to a shoestring budget. So yeah, let's go and I'll show you around. I guess we should start with the desk, right? I actually designed and built this desk myself. I made a mock-up in 3D to, make it fit the room a bit, and then bought a big sheet of plywood, cut it out, and built the whole thing. It's sort of my version of a studio desk, but a bit more compact and made to sort of snugly fit this room a bit better. As you can see, it only has 2 legs, and the back of the desk rests on a beam that is secured to the wall. So it's quite a nice snug fit. The reason why I ended up doing this is because real studio desks are either very expensive or just too bulky to fit into this room. And if you get like a cheaper one, they're just really ugly. And so I thought, like, why not make one myself? Also, I really wanted a tray. For whatever reason, if you buy regular desks over here, you can't get them with a tray. Maybe they're out of fashion or something, I don't know. And I realized I could have just gotten an IKEA desk and then mount a tray underneath, but I thought, why not make the whole thing myself? And I now have this little, bespoke desk, and that's really nice. And also, I think total material costs were about 150 euros or so. So also, it was fairly cheap. And as an added bonus, it also kickstarted a woodworking hobby that really encouraged me to make more things for this room. Speaking of woodworking, this is a little stand I made that fits 2 small diggy boxes. I think I sort of like based it on a design that I saw on Etsy, but I made it from a sheet of underlayment that I still had lying around in the shed. And like I said, it fits 2 electron boxes, so it's a really nice little jam station, but currently not in use. And over here we have my little Eurorack skiff that is made from the same material. The only thing is that I actually stained it the same color as the desk to match it a bit. Same here. Underneath the MX1 is a little riser I made, and here a little laptop riser. Here we got the Octatrack stand that's also made from the same underlayment material. And then over here I have a little stand that was originally made for my Make Noise Zero Coast, but it's a bit higher and it was supposed to go behind the Analog 4, so I would have like a little analog station really where the CV of the Analog 4 would control the O Coast. But I don't have the Analog 4 anymore, so this thing has become a bit redundant. And then underneath here I have a little stand I made for my Launchpad Pro. And of course we have these 2 tables over here, but we'll come to those in a bit. Alright, I guess we should talk about what's on the desk right now. Front and center we have the Push 3. Which is my main MIDI controller. I mean, I've been using Ableton for the longest time, so it only made sense to get this at one point. And yeah, I really love it. Really like the hands-on control. You can, sculpt your instruments, and it's really nice to jam out your arrangement with. I really like the MPE. So yeah, really love it, really. Next up, we have the MX1, which is my main audio interface. I originally bought this to be part of more like a hardware-centric setup. Also, I had more of the IRA stuff back then. I had the whole bingo, so including the System 1 and the TR8. But what I really like about it really is the fact that it also works standalone, so you can just use it as an audio interface, but also just as a mixer to play with hardware without the computer. And because it has the IRA link inputs, it saves me using analog inputs. So I have the VT3, which is basically just the glorified mic input for this Rode pod mic. And also the TB3, which is connected through USB. So it runs both audio and MIDI over that one USB cable, which is really nice. Over here we have the Mackie Big Knob, which is just a simple switcher really between two inputs, because sometimes I want to use the push as an audio interface, like when I'm recording guitar or something, and I don't want to be behind the MX1 trying to switch cables and stuff. So just a really nice utilitarian thing. And over here is my little experimental station, I guess, which is the Oak Coast, a Lyra 8, and a tiny bit of Eurorack. Just a woggle bug really that modulates things. And then I have the Dubfer A192, which is a CV to MIDI converter. So I can make really weird random things with the Oak Coast and then convert them to MIDI, and then lock them to a scale in Ableton. So basically this is my own ghetto Turing machine. Then we have the speakers, which are sort of like a very temporary solution. These are the Creative T10s, and I think they came with my dad's old computer. I used to have these, the KRK Rockets, but one of them died, and I finally got tired of using only one speaker. So I got these out, and actually, they are pretty alright. They don't have like great low end, but I can hear what I'm doing, and that's enough really. And then I have this little MIDI box. It's just a USB MIDI box from ESI. I had this for ages as well, and it's just like 4 in, 4 out. And it's connected to the host port of the push. The reason I'm not using the push's MIDI outputs is because I don't have enough TRS Type A converters. I only have one, and that's connected to the Oak Coast. And the other ones that I have are all TRS Type B that come with like Novation and Arturia stuff. And over here we have the Audio Pulse Special, the Roland TB3. I recently realized that I had this for almost 10 years already. So definitely way before the current hype, and also definitely a lot cheaper than the going rates these days. What can you say about this thing? It's just a really nice and fun immediate box, just to get started with things or add layers into your tracks. So yeah, highly recommend it really. And then I have the particle over here, which is actually the send effect on my MX1 these days. Then over here in the tray we have like a Volca drum, which is currently doing nothing. And then this is my USB MIDI controller. It's an X Session Pro. It's ancient, but it looks like a DJ controller, and that's kind of what I like about it. It's mapped to my Ableton template, so we got like 4 groups over here. It has like DJ filters. It has a crossfader that can fade between A and B in Ableton to bring in extra layers. And then I have some low cuts and mutes and sound effects and everything. And it's a really nice little complementary controller to using the push when jamming out arrangements. Okay, let's talk about my little video station. This is my YouTube table. If you see it like this, you can probably recognize it a bit. This is how I shoot most of my videos, overhead. I also made this little table myself. It's very DIY, as you can probably see. It was originally only like 2 planks wide, but I wanted a bit more space. So I added some planks on the end to make it a bit more spacious. And then also built this frame underneath, because originally it was actually on this little keyboard stand. And also because of that, I had to make it a bit higher, so you can actually see there's a seam here. So I made it a bit higher so I could cover a bit more space with the camera. And then, you know, there's a little platform here for the phone to lie on, and this little hole here basically is where the lens is. It definitely is a bit flimsy, but you know, that's nothing a bit of stabilization in DaVinci can fix. And then we also have the iRig stream over here, which is a nice little sort of like audio interface for your phone. I use this to record audio mostly for my shorts, you know, that go on onto Instagram or TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And I also record the audio of this into my phone while I'm filming my tutorial videos. I do also record audio into Ableton because I need an audio stream and a voiceover stream. But then I use this audio that goes into my phone to sync up the other audio. It's very handy because I can just match the waveforms, so that saves me a bit of hassle. And then of course I have these backgrounds that I recently introduced in my videos. This one is just cardboard with acrylic paint, and then I have another one over here which is also acrylics but on a very thin piece of board. And I plan to do more of these, you know, to make more varied backgrounds. It's fun to do. Talking about improvised, this is my light box, which if you want to do things on the cheap, this is your perfect example, I guess. It's just a cardboard box that I cut to size and then put together with tape and a bit of bed sheet. And then I lined the inside with aluminium foil. There's like a light point here on the wall, so there's a bulb inside, and yeah, that's how I light my videos. I can quickly show you how it works. If I close the curtain, and then turn on the light, and you can see how it looks actually. I mean, very low budget, but yeah, it does the job, you know. Then we have this second table over here, which I also built myself. It's a little rolling table. Just made this frame, and actually this top was made from an old pallet that I ripped apart. You can see it's very much reclaimed wood. And this was originally conceived as a little like jam station and my first YouTube table. You can see you have this little arm up there, and it was meant to, you know, shoot like overhead videos. With like the Octatrack as like the central hub here, and then the Digitone, Microfreak, and some pedals going into that. Originally the Lyra was here as well. And then the outputs of the Octatrack, both the Master and Q, which, you know, go underneath the desk, and then into MX1. But since I got the tone work, one of the outputs has been eaten up by that. So yeah, I'm sort of planning to redesign this table a bit. um, especially with hopefully the Outbox 8 coming out soon, and then I can, have the Syntact and just have its multiple outputs going into like the octatrack and maybe also the tone work, and then just turning this into like a little electron jam station. And then underneath here we have the Alesis Micron. The Micron actually was the first hardware synth I ever bought, and it's a really nice virtual analog synth. The interface is pretty horrible though. Speaking of virtual analog, we also have the King card over here, which is the only big keyboard I have really. This is the original one. They released like the Neo one a couple of years ago, I think, which didn't go over that well. But this one is like the full 5 octaves. It has like the tube in it, and it's a really nice virtual analog synth. It has like 128 different types of oscillators, from like VA, VPM, and then also the DWG ones that come from like the old DW series. And yeah, so if you can get this cheap, I would highly recommend it. It's super playable and it sounds really good. Acoustic treatment, also very DIY. I got these foam panels from Amazon, and then got a little thin plyboard and glued it onto it, and then attached it to the ceiling. So it's my own little custom cloud. And then over here on this slanted wall, I have the same panels, same board, but then split into 3 smaller ones. And then I have some more additional, very improvisational, cheap foam things on the wall to dampen things over here a bit. This room is not that bad. It's mostly sort of like, plaster, so it's not that echoey, but it certainly helps to get your like first reflection points and your overhead fixed a bit, even if it's in a more sort of like DIY way. One final thing, in any creative space, it's important to surround yourself with things that bring you joy or inspire you, from like vinyl of artists that you enjoy, books and art, design and music, illustration, various toys around the room that probably carbon date me a bit in which era I grew up, to even having my own paintings on the wall. Having a bit of green outside of the house doesn't hurt either, but I'm well aware not everyone gets to choose that. I think all these things can really make you feel comfortable in any creative space and really get the juices flowing. And even in a space like this, which is very much under construction, with some decidedly low-tech solutions, it almost makes it feel more earned when you're able to take something like this or that and make a halfway decent looking video that people seem to enjoy. And that's it for today's tour. Hope this was enjoyable. If you have any questions, please sound off in the comments, of course. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye. Now let's get out of here.